What if I told you that your gut has a night shift and that your body runs on a central clock sitting in your hypothalamus, synchronized primarily by light, and also it has peripheral clocks in your liver, in your pancreas, in your adipose tissue, and in your GI tract. Every time you eat after sunset, you kill the night shift and cause a rift between these clocks, bringing about a circadian desynchrony. Allow me explain what actually happens in your body every time you eat after sunset. Let's dive into it. Evidence has shown that insulin sensitivity declines significantly in the evening, and that beta cell responsiveness also changes all through the day, declining as the day winds down. The explanation to this is that your pancreas, which hosts beta cells, those very beta cells, they have receptors for melatonin. So as sunset clocks in and darkness comes, the levels of melatonin in your body begin to rise. And as they begin to rise, they bind to your beta cells. So after binding to your beta cells, the production of insulin declines. The melatonin inhibiting insulin secretion means for you that eat after sunset, the insulin that is supposed to be taking care of that glucose will not be as sufficient as it is supposed to be. Meaning that if you eat the same calories during the day and you compare with the same calories at night, there will be different glycemic response and different metabolic consequences. You get it? So in short, you'll have more glucose in your body at night compared to during the day. After sunset, your body moves from metabolic mode to repair mode, or you can say performance mode to cooling mode. And melatonin, it is not just a sleep hormone. It tells your body, especially the mitochondria, to shift toward repair. When it peaks, metabolism just becomes inefficient. So every time you eat at night, you force your body to multitask. You force it to move or stop repair and go back to metabolism mode. In between meals, your gut runs a cleaning cycle. It activates better during fasting. Every 1 hour, 30 minutes to about 120 minutes, it occurs. If you have not eaten for a while, let's say maybe 6 hours, you will feel some characteristic rumbling in your tummy. It is not painful, but you can feel it. Sometimes you can even hear. Do you know what this does? It clears residual food, clears bacteria, clears debris, and this will be disrupted or even stopped by frequent snacking, sugary drinks. And if you stop enough cycles, you go into stagnation. When you go into stagnation, you start getting things like bacterial overgrowth and bloating. This cleaning cycle is called the migrating motor complex. Just keep it in the back of your mind. It activates better during fasting. Remember when I said that after sunset, your body goes into repair mode or cooling mode. So at night, your lower esophageal sphincter, its tone decreases to relax. Gastric emptying slows, and lying supine usually increases the risk of reflux. So whenever you eat heavy meals late at night, you increase intragastric pressure, and this increases acid exposure time. If you add this to lying supine early, almost immediately after eating, you expose yourself to reflux. And this is why people who are suffering from reflux disease benefit a lot from eating early before sunset. And so human trials have shown that eating early or early time restricted feeding will improve insulin sensitivity, will lower blood pressure, will improve appetite regulation, and will reduce oxidative stress. And there will be a lot of benefits occurring even without major caloric reduction, just being strict with your eating time, especially evening. If you take this back to history, I know that humans ate during daytime and then fasted overnight. If you compare it to today, there's artificial light at night. People are used to watching movies until late while snacking, and it's something that has become a norm. Emerging data indicates that due to these mechanisms, overly eating late at night can predispose you to reflux disease, type 2 diabetes patterns, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, IBS, and even metabolic syndrome. And the only cure to this is to practice circadian fasting. So this is not for everybody, alright? We have people living with diabetes, people depending on insulin, we have underweight individuals, we have pregnant women, shift workers that work at night, and people with eating disorders. So this might not be for you if you may be in this category. So what are my recommendations? My golden eating window recommendation is that you finish your last meal 2 to 3 hours before sleep. Then you try and have about 12 to 14 hours fasting overnight, and that you eat more calories during the day. Alright, I understand that this is something that you cannot just jump to it, so you can have a transition like pattern, so that week 1 you reduce your last meal by around 30 minutes, and then week 2 you try to remove late snacking, and then by week 3 you try to compress your eating window as you look into a bigger picture. Alright, so what am I not saying? I'm not saying that you starve. Circadian fasting is about respecting the biological rhythms that your gut already follows. So if you struggle with reflux, if you struggle with poor sleep and bloating, maybe this timing might be more important than what you're actually eating. If this video helped you, remember to leave a like, share this, and comment in the comment section. And until next time, take care of yourselves.